In this seated meditation, we're going to take a moment to check in. We're going to check in with, first and foremost, where your mind is today. Just kind of notice the thoughts in your mind. Notice if the mind is calm or if your mind is a little bit racy today. So you're going to notice such a big difference from day to day. We really start to experience the stress in our body as it kind of builds in a different way each day. So we're going to kind of work on dissipating that, becoming a little more focused. So as you notice where your mind and where your thoughts are, just see if you can switch gears and move in. So your mind's eye is going to follow the pattern of your breath. Good, so this breath is steady and it's deep. It's in through the nose and out through your nose. Good. And although a lot of things might be going on in the exterior, we're gonna work on really controlling what we have inside. Good, working on controlling where the thoughts go, where the mind goes. Really working on some breath control this morning. So you're going to be breathing in and out of your nose. Good, you'll slide your left hand onto your heart and your right hand onto your belly, just so you can start to feel your breath. In this yoga flow class today, I'm going to give you a lot of suggestions, and you can do as much as that feels right for you. You can intensify your practice. You can start to kind of step away and just move to the breath. Remember, the breath is always here for you. It's your guide. So with your eyes closed, your jaw relaxed, just feel your breathing in through the nose and out through your nose. Good. And as we start to create a flow of breath together, really connecting together as community through the breath, then I'm going to count out these first 10 breaths. So at first, you might notice your breath is still in the upper part of your rib cage or your lungs. And we're just going to incorporate this full, complete diaphragmatic breath, breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the nose, full and steady and complete. Good. Good. So if your mouth is open, draw your lips together. And here's where we start. We're going to begin with the number 1. We're going to draw breath in through nose and exhale through the nose. Nice. 2, breath in. Exhale. 3, deeper breath in. Exhale. 4, in. Exhale. Beautiful. 5. Exhale. Good. So really squeeze the breath out. There it is. 6. Pull the breath in from the very top, making your way through the midsection, filling up the belly. And when you exhale, we're going to release from the top to the midsection all the way down. Good. Like a flow, breath comes in. Exhaling, breath flows out. Squeeze it out. Good. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Beautiful. I can feel that rhythm already. In through the nose. Belly rising, heart rising. Out through the nose, everything releasing, squeezing, letting go. Nice. Good. Now today, continue with your steady breath. You can work with your eyes closed today if you want. You can open your eyes. And if you do open your eyes, I recommend just a soft dristy. So it's a kind of a gazeless gaze. If you get lost, you can look up at the screen. But I really suggest just trying to work with your ears today, working with your ears as you kind of feel your way through your practice. Good. And then gently, gently, we're going to move into a modified boat pose. So we're going to first start coming kind of onto those forearms. Good, so your forearms are down. There you go. And just like Michelle's got it, her knees are going to be bent. Now, oftentimes when we go into this modified boat pose, we start to pull a lot of stress and strain in the neck. So see if you can invite some softness in, although you're already starting to work. And then when you start to work like this, just notice if you begin to hold your breath. So it's so important to continue with your full, complete diaphragmatic breath. Go ahead, let's make it a little bit more intense by straightening the legs a little bit, and then just bringing the legs a little bit closer toward the earth, just a little bit. Good, good. We're going to continue to kind of activate our core today, activate the core. Let's point the toes. And we're just going to slowly start to kind of butterfly the feet. So on the exhale, one of your legs will drop, the others will lift. Just kind of moving them like scissors. Good. And then exhale the opposite direction. Beautiful. Good. Now you can get as much as you want here. So if you want a little more, good. The foot that is dropping is just going to barely hover. Good. Or if you need less, then the legs are more up toward the ceiling. Good. So you're just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Maybe your eyes are closed. Wherever you are, your breath is deep and full. Good. Nice job. A few more. Guys, we're just kind of warming up the body here. Warming up the body, warming up the breath, kind of really incorporating that deep, deep sensation of breath. Notice your mind now. If your mind does wander, bring it back to the pattern of your breathing, to the pattern of your breath. Nice job. Go ahead and clench your jaw and fist. Notice the intensity. You can take a break anytime you want. Good. Nice. And then you'll come right back here, cross your ankles, and then just kind of roll forward and place your hands in front of you. We're going to find ourselves in hands and knees. Now, this is a tabletop pose, Notice maybe your breath got a little choppy from that abdominal work. Good, we're going to work on incorporating now some movement, some more movement with breath in a little bit more gentle way. Good, just starting to move through those cat-cows. It's a really, really nice big movement. So when you inhale, you can see Michelle's dropping her belly, but the tailbone lifts and the head lifts. Good. When you exhale, it's the opposite directions. You really curl and tuck and squeeze. Good. Now find your rhythm in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Slow and steady, mindful movements, mindful breath. Now see if you can exaggerate. So you want to feel this exaggeration of the body and exaggeration of the breath. Good. In through the nose and out through the nose. Nice job. Good. Now be so mindful here that you're really squeezing out your exhale. So every exhale is absolutely complete. No breath is left. No breath is left. Good. Now your inhales, they're so big that no more air can actually fit into your rib cage. Good. Into your lungs, in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Just like that. In and out through the nose. Beautiful. Come on back into neutral. It's your tabletop pose. Beautiful. Good. We're going to set up our spinal balance. So just take the right leg first behind you. And actually flex your right foot so that the toe is pointing down. Good, notice your head. So if you're lifting up your chin, you're going to shorten your spine. If you're dropping your head and it's collapsing, you're going to also kind of collapse your spine. So the key here is to get long. You can see Michelle's right leg is all the way out and her head is moving forward. The nose is kind of down. Good, now you can stay right there if that feels like a little bit of an edge for you. But if you have more breath to move into today, I just recommend taking out the left arm in front of you. Good. So with your left arm, you're going to take your thumb, and your thumb is actually up toward the ceiling. Good. Nose still pointed down. Head is drawing forward. Good. So move your head forward just a little bit more, the chin up. Chin down just a little bit. There you go. So you want to feel that length. Good. Now we're going to crunch it in. Good. Slowly on the exhale, you'll bring the left elbow to the right knee and really round your back. Squeeze the breath out. With the inhale, it's long. So you really lengthen. Good. We just feel the rhythm of the body continuing to connect. Rhythm of breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. In through the nose and out through the nose. Now these last few rounds, just see if you can exaggerate even more so the movement is getting bigger. Good, you might even drop the belly a little bit. Good, round it out, squeeze. So you want to, on the exhale, feel like your belly button is lifting up. Good, and you're squeezing, rounding your back. Nice job. Good, after this last round, you'll just take a moment to take the right knee back down to the ground. Good, and the left hand will come down. Beautiful. We're just going to move the spine a little bit here in between sides. We're just going to create some C-shaped curves. Good. So you'll notice Michelle's nose is moving over the left shoulder and then the right. Good. And you can move as big as you want. So the hips could move really big, moving like that. Good. Stretch out the neck, stretch out the jaw. Just slowly moving side to side, in through the nose and out through your nose. Good, see if you can stretch it out a little bit more. So you're gonna let some softness come in. Good, in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice job. Good, if your breath gets choppy at any point, there's always child's pose. So remember, give your body what it needs today. Nice job. Now come on back into neutral. We're gonna try the opposite side. You'll bring the left leg behind you, good. And you'll really flex the left foot. So your footprint is facing whatever direction, there may be a wall behind you. Good, the toe is pointing down. Even up your hips, so the left hip isn't splaying way up. Good, head is drawing forward. You're still breathing, remember? Now, if your breath is choppy, stay here. If your breath is still deep and full, bring your right arm out in front of you. Good, you'll lengthen, right arm. Good, thumb is reaching up as if you're going to shake someone's hand. Good, nice job. Good, reach a little bit more, so we want to get length here. Good, so the left footprint pushing back, right arm is reaching forward, and you're really long, strong. Good, still breathing, still breathing. Good, now, if your breath is choppy, you can drop the hand or stay where you are. If it's still deep and complete, start to squeeze it in, contract. Good, pull, that's your exhale, nice job. Inhale, lengthen, beautiful. Exhales are contracting movements, beautiful job. And inhale so we get longer. It's in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice job, good. Good. Now remember, our lips are together when we're breathing. It's a steady, steady flow of the breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Take a few more. So you just kind of feel like your sides are evened up. About 3 more. Good. And if you did a little more, a little less on one side or the other, it's okay. It's probably how your body needed to be this morning. So we do come to our mat a little wabi-sabi. We're just evening up the sides, creating some balance today. Good. Come on back into neutral now, your hands and knees, tabletop. Good, let's find child's pose. Toes together, knees come wide. And you're gonna drop your seat down onto your heels if that's available to you. So that's not available to everybody. If that causes knee pain, but some people are up a little bit higher, or even you can put a pillow underneath your seat. Good, so make sure you really don't force it today. You want to find what we call an edge, a space where you feel some resistance. Good, and then once you have that space, that resistance, then you just want to embrace it. See where you are and then notice. Notice what's touching the earth and what's not. Let's see if we can take the third eye, just that space right here in between your eyebrows. It's going to come down to the ground. Good, and you can see Michele is opening up her palms. It's just a sign of receiving the energy of the space. Good, maybe even she's receiving the energy of you all breathing together. So although we can't see each other as a community, we still connect through this energy, through this breath. And we're just holding up this space for you until we can all breathe in the same space again. Good, take a couple more in through the nose and out through the nose. Good, so you really want to feel this, your belly expanding and contracting. Good, the breath flowing in will lift everything up. Good, the breath coming out squeezes in through nose and out through the nose. Good, maybe your eyes are closed here, maybe they're open. Good, so I'm just turning on a little bit of music here. If you want some music at home, you can feel free. But I decided that it just is a little distracting if we have it too loud. Good, but going forward, if you do like music with your practice, I do recommend maybe turning on some background music. Now, before we start to flow today, let's take a huge breath in through your nose. Good, out of your mouth. Good. Another big breath, even bigger. Fill everything up. Let everything go. Good. Slowly rise, hands and knees, hands and knees. Good. Finding your tabletop pose. Good. From here, you're going to roll toes under, lift your seat, find your downward facing dog. Good. Now your first inversion, this should feel like a release. And if you're still holding your head and a lot of tension in your neck, let your head go. So you can shake your head out a little bit from side to side or back and forth. Good. You can even start to wag the tail or make any movements that feel right for you. Maybe you just want to stay steady right there in your down dog, and that's okay too. Good. Now stretch your fingertips out wide and really take care of yourself today. Okay, so remember, I'm just giving you suggestions. This is your hour of self-care. This is your practice. Take care of you. Good. Before we flow, let's take a cleansing breath. Again, in through nose, really big. Fill up your lungs. Out of the mouth, let go. Good. Beautiful. And as you rise up to your toes, you're going to gaze at your hands. And then with your exhale, step, hop, or even float, you're going to move to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, peek out. You're on your fingertips. Exhale, melt in. Heart softens toward the thighs. Good. Now find the roots of your feet and gently rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms are going to rise. Gaze is going to rise. Lift your heart up high. Good. Exhale, hands through heart center down to the sides. We call it Samastiti, or mountain pose. Beautiful. Good. We're going to begin with our Surya Namaskar, letter A. Inhale, sweep your arms up high, lift your heart and gaze. Good. Exhale, fold at your waist. Really hinge from your hip crease as you soften forward. Inhale onto fingertips again, so flatten out your back. You got it. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to the top of the push-up, and I'm going to show you these push-ups today. There's a lot of chaturanga, so the first one we're going to try with the knees dropped. Good. You can gently lower with control. Good. And then inhale, lift up your heart. Good. Now, if you have low back pain, come back to tabletop pose and roll your toes under, lift your seat. It's down dog. Good. Now, if chaturangas are a common part of your practice, you can move through your full chaturanga. You can take them on your knees, or you can just skip chaturangas altogether. There you go. She's showing you the full chaturanga. Good. Or you can skip them all together and just go to down dog. Now, once you're in chaturanga or in downward facing dog, we want to melt the heels a little bit closer toward the ground and allow your seat to rise up. Good. Feel your big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Lips still together. Good. Good. Now rise up to toes. Take a gaze at the hands and step it, float it, hop it, anything you need to do to get to the top. Good. Peek out. You're on your fingertips. Exhale, holding right hand. Now as you root through your feet, you're going to rise up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Lift your arms, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, Samastiti, hands to sides. Round two, adding on. Inhale, sweep your arms up, lift your heart. Adding a little side bend. So grasp your wrist with your hand, but get length first. Really get long, and then a gentle side bend to the right. Good. Good. Nice job. Inhale. We're going to get really long. And then open up the right side as you gently move to the left. Good. With your inhale, open up your heart at the top. And then we're going to add on. We're going to clasp the hands. We're going to squeeze shoulder blades together. Drop your chin and then open up. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lead with your heart as your forward fold. Folding heart over thighs. Arms are going to roll off your back. Good. Good. Take your hands down onto the ground now. Lift your heart. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, gently lower. It's chaturanga with control. Inhale is your up dog. Good. Exhale is your down dog. Adding three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg rises and reaches and bends and just feel some space. Lift your knee high. Open up. Good. And then slowly take another inhale. Reach the right toe behind you with your exhale. It's knee to nose. You're going to pull your belly in, round your spine, squeeze. Inhale, take it up, reach it up. Exhale, step it through. Warrior pose is Virabhadrasana, letter A. Your right foot is forward, your left foot is pivoting and turning. Good, hips are square toward the front. Arms are extending over your head. Nice job. Take your hands down. We're gonna skip chaturangas in between sides unless you feel you wanna add them in. Step your right foot back, lift your hips to the sky as down dog. If you're craving those extra chaturangas or need them for the heat today, take them any way you need them. You can even take a few extra push-ups in between sides if that serves you. Left leg will rise, three-legged dog. Open up the inner thigh. Pull your heart toward the right thigh. Good. Your nose is toward your right knee. You're melting in, rooting your right heel. Good. And then really extend through the leg. Reach it up and shift all the way forward. Bring your nose to your knees and round your spine. Inhale, let it rise. Left leg rises up. And then step it through, warrior, letter A. Your left foot is forward, your right foot is pivoting. Your hips are forward and the arms just extend up. See if you can lunge a little bit lower in the thigh. Lift your drishti, gaze to sky. Exhale, hands come down. Step your left foot back and lift your hips to the sky, down dog, or take your chaturanga. Remember, this is a progressive posture or a progressive practice, so you really want to give your body what it needs. Take a couple extra breaths. Now, a few extra breaths right here. Good, soften the jaw, head is down. Good, melt a little bit deeper towards your heels. So you have that V shape. You can see that Michelle's hips are really high and her heart is actually kind of guiding toward the thighs. Good. Roxy, she's working hard as well. We can see her. Good. So let's begin again. Onto the toes. Look at the hands. Step it, float it all the way to the top of the mat. Peek out and fold forward. And the twist. Left hand stays rooted. Left knee bends. Inhale, spiral your spine to the right and lift your gaze to the right hand. Good. Really extend and lift up. Exhale. Right hand comes down. Nice. And switching sides, we're going to roll open to the left. The left arm is rising. Your right knee is bending. Heart splays to the opposite direction. Exhale is the hand coming down. Good. Let's inhale and roll all the way up to standing now with your arms up over your head. Your drishti is rising. Gaze is rising. Exhale, samastiti, all the way down to sides. Mountain pose. Good. Good. Last round here, we're going to add a few things on. Inhale, reach the arms up way up high. Here's where we have those side bends. Good. So maybe your right hand comes down, maybe you grab the wrist. Whatever you need, really give your body what it needs. Good. Nose might be down toward the earth or it might be up toward the sky. You choose. Next, inhale. We rise back to center. Reach it, open and lift it. And then switching sides. Again, any way that serves you. Good. Hand might be down. You're reaching up. You're reaching over and you're breathing. Good. Come on back to center. Open up your heart. Little back bend and fold. Or I'm sorry, we forgot the claspless clasp. Yeah, because that feels so good, doesn't it? Good, pull open, look up. Exhale, melt in, fold at the waist. Yeah, we hold so much tension around the shoulders and the neck. Let's hold for a few extra breaths. You can shake your head out here. You can kind of melt your heart toward your thighs, even slightly bending the knees, anything you need. Just breathe right here into the shoulder blades. Good job. Into the shoulder blades. Good. Now release your hands down and get some length. So she's unscooping, uncoiling as the heart rises. Exhale, planting hands, stepping back and taking the chaturanga of your choice. Toes or knees or skipping it. You choose. Lift your heart. Good, lift your hips. Let's add on, right leg rises up, three-legged dog, reach high, open and lift and spiral because it feels so good. Open those hips. Good. Now when you exhale, let's pull forward. It's as if you're at the top of the push-up. Your knee comes to your nose. Shift all the way forward, round your belly. Good, inhale, let it rise, three-legged dog to sky, and step right through to your warrior pose, right foot forward. Now pivot your back foot. Good. Find your lunge and reach your arms. This is warrior letter A. Good. Opening to warrior letter B, just opening the pelvis and shoulders and arms to the long end of the mat. Good. Beautiful. You got it. Good. Now your gaze is forward past your right fingers. Good, shoulders are relaxed, knee is nice and low. Good, lunge a little bit deeper. This is warrior letter B. Reverse your warrior, right arm comes up and over your right ear. Good, you can see she's still lunging low in the right thigh and breathing in and out of the nose. Good. Extended side angle pose, right forearm onto center of right thigh. Good, and lift your left arm up and over your ear. Now you can choose this option or place the right hand onto the ground on the inside or outside of the right foot. You choose, see what works best for you. Nice job. Dragonfly, left hand will come down to the ground. And we're gonna just spin open to the right arm lifts up high. Good. And here's our hip opener. Let's melt down into humble. Right hand inside your right foot. Good. Your left knee is on the ground. Good. And then that back leg stretches out. Now, you might not be on your forearms, and it's okay if you're up higher. Good. And if you need more support, not sure if you can see me here. Good. If you need more support, you can always put something underneath your knee. Good. So some of you might be kind of up like this on hands. Good. Some of you might be down onto the ground. Good, but I'm going to recommend just kind of sliding that back leg out as much as you can and then soften. Good. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Good. Feel your breath in and out of your nose. Good. And relax your jaw. Good. Bring your mind's eye back to the steady breath. Good. As we notice and as we feel these sensations in our hips, we know that it's just temporary. Everything temporary. As we're going to let the temporary sensation go, come back to focusing on the breath, 3 to 5 more. Good. It's a little rest, a little openness here, in and out of your nose. In and out of your nose. Good. Beautiful job. In and out of your nose. Good. Good. And then gently start to rise up. Good. We're going to step back, and you can choose to take that chaturanga, or you can just step back and lift your hips to the sky and find your down dog. You decide what's going to serve you best today. We're just going to go through that sequence on the left side. So now the left leg is going to rise up high. She's just switching sides to show you. Good. 3-legged dog. Open, lift, feel some space. Breathe into that space. Good. Good. Bring it back and then pull the knee to the nose and round your belly in. Good. Inhale. Take it up toward the ceiling. Open wide. And step through to your warrior pose. Left foot forward, right foot pivots. Find your Virabhadrasana, letter A. Shifting hips forward, arms up toward the ceiling, and your heart opens. Chin rises. Maybe gaze rises too. Good. Warrior letter B. You might take hands to heart center as a little transition, and then to the long end of the mat. Good. So your hips and your pelvis are open to the long end of the mat, so are your shoulders. Arms are long, gaze is forward. Good. Extended side angle. Take the left forearm onto the center of the left thigh, or down to the ground with the palm of the hand. Reach up with the right hand, reach over your head, and then you can see she's making a nice angle shape with her body. That's why this is called extended side angle. Good, so you're lengthening out now the right side of the body while you're still breathing. Good job. Good. Twisting open into dragonfly. Right hand down. Oh, we got reverse warrior. Oh, okay. Who knew it? Reverse warrior. So his left knee is low and lunging. Good. You just add whatever you want at home. Anything you need. Good. Beautiful. 10 windmilling hands now around the front foot. Twist open to the left. Good. And then just really reach a little bit more. So splay your heart so it shines up toward the sky. Nose is rising. Good. And now is that humble warrior. Good. Now it's If you need a different kind of hip opener here, you can move into a different hip opener. You can move into your pigeon. This is just what I'm suggesting. Go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Good, and check in for your hour of self-care. God, so great that you showed up. I'm so appreciative of having everybody's energy here, breathing together today. Good way to take care of yourself. Continuing to feel the breath. Good. So if every exhale, you can just let something go a little bit. Sometimes when we open up the hips, we tend to draw back. Good. We tend to tense up. Maybe you can let your body melt in, soften it. Good. Take at least 5 more breaths, maybe more, maybe less, whatever you need here today. Good. Nice job. Good. Soften around the eyelids as well, so eyelids are soft. Nice. Good. And then slowly you're going to rise up and step back. Either lift your hips to down dog or take your chaturanga, your choice. Good, but once you make your way to down dog, we're really going to begin to pedal it out. So you'll bend the right knee and the left knee. Just kind of pedaling it out from side to side. Good, you can shake your head out back and forth. Good, feel your breathing in and out of your nose, deep, full, complete, robust breaths, yoga breaths. Yeah, I can almost feel it through the screen. Feel the breath, share it with everybody here, right? Yeah, good. And then exaggerate that pedaling, really exaggerate, pedaling side to side, good. Good. Beautiful. Good. And we're going to step the left foot forward, step the left foot forward. You can step the right, whatever you want. This is just a move to get into our star pose. So she's going to come all the way to the long end of the mat, star pose, arms are out wide. Good, good, beautiful. So find your star, whether you step the left foot forward or the right foot forward, nice strong star pose, good job. Good, we're gonna find what we call Utthita Trikonasana or triangle pose. We're gonna begin on the right side. So this first step to triangle is to turn your right toe to the short end of the mat, and that left foot kind of pivots. Good, now your arms are long, good. And then you're gonna just slowly start to guide your right side body over the right thigh. Good. Now, your right hand might be on your right shin, good, or it might be on a block if you have a block at home. You could even reach for a big toe bind if you want. But wherever you are, be very mindful in this triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana, that you're not folding forward and really rounding. So you're lengthening. Find a little more length. Drishti is rising to the left hand unless that agitates your neck. Good. Exhale, take your nose down. Inhale, rise up. It's a strong star pose. Nice job. Cool. We're just going to switch sides. So real simple. First, turn the left toe to the short of the mat. Be mindful that the left toe moves first. So we're not going to hurry into any asana today. Good. Using breath, you're going to slowly lengthen over left thigh. Get all that length you need. And then gently, mindfully glide the left hand down. Doesn't matter if it ends up on your thigh or your knee or your shin, just don't pour a lot of weight into the left leg. Because we want to have a lightness. We're actually working and strengthening the right side of the body. Now with your right fingertip rising, your gaze actually rises with a big, big stretch here. In through nose and out through the nose. Hold a little bit longer. See if you get even deeper. Good. Nice. And then we're going to stay on this side. We're going to move into what we call a revolved triangle or Pavrita Trikonasana. Pavrita means to revolve. So now the next step is the right hand coming down onto the ground. And as you can see, Michele, she really stepped up her right foot really close. So maybe we move it up about 50%, maybe even more. Good. Now the right hand can be on a block. It can be on the inside or outside of the left foot. She has it in the full expression on the left, on the pinky toe side of the left foot. But if it serves you better to be on the right side, do that. But now you can see both of her hips are down and her left arm is reaching. This is a revolved triangle or Pavrita Trikonasana. Left fingertips rising, heart is rising. We're going to hold a few extra breaths. So each inhale, just lift up a bit more. Good. Lifting up a little bit more. Nice job. Still breathing, though, that's the most important thing. Good, and now we're gonna still stay on this side, but we're gonna move into what we call a pyramid pose. Good, Parsvottanasana. Both hands are on either side of the left foot, and then we're gonna get some length, so just kind of gaze right out and then fold in. The key to this pyramid pose is to keep both legs as straight as possible. Good, so that means the legs do need to be pretty close together. Now you're working your chin in the direction of your left shin, and your head is kind of melting down toward your left foot. Mindful, still breathing, feeling some support. So if you don't have blocks at home, that's okay. You can get some kind of books or maybe pillows or something that will lift the earth to your hands. Remember, once we have extra stability, we often get more mobility. So we want to increase the mobility, use the breath. Good. With your next inhale, slowly rise up and find your star pose. Star pose. We're just going to switch sides and we're going to find that revolve triangle over here on the right side. So your right foot is going to face the short end of the mat. Good. Square your hips, pull the hips back, and then gently hinge forward. So you want to get that length, just like Michele. And notice where her hand is. So not everybody is as flexible as Michele. Doesn't matter if you get your hand to the ground. Use that block. Maybe it's on the big toe side, maybe the pinky toe side. Good. Hips are still facing down. Right arm is lifting up. And the nose is rising as well. So you can see her nose is rising. We're not collapsing. There's that spiraling motion from head to tailbone in this pose with the gaze coming toward the ceiling and breathing in and out of the nose. Nice job. Good, let's find pyramid pose. Right hand comes down, and then you can see she's got her hands on either side of the right foot. We're gonna get a little bit of length. Michele's up onto her fingertips and kind of gazing out here, and then gently fold in as your heart melts over your right thigh. Good, your nose is gonna move towards your knee, or maybe your chin towards your shin. You can close your eyes wherever you are. Just continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Heart really melts down, find your softness. You can shake your head out if you feel like there's tension in the head and the neck. Go ahead, these are really nice openers for your backside body. Feeling release through the sciatica, the back, hips, and hamstrings. Good. You're then lengthening the spine as we work to decompress today. Good job. Good. Good. Slowly inhale, rise up. We're going to find our star pose. Good. Now, when you come to star pose with your arms out wide, let's kind of heel toe the feet so they're wider apart. We're going to move into another little Ashtanga series called Pasarita Padottanasana. Now, there's 4 of these forward folds in our Ashtanga series, and we're going to move through all 4 today. So, Pasarita Padottanasana, letter A. Take your hands up onto your hips, and take an inhale to lengthen your spine. When you exhale, we're going to hinge forward at the waist. Slowly place hands down onto the earth in front of you. Now look at your fingers, and you're going to line your fingertips up with your toes, but your hands are just under your shoulders. They're not really wide. Good. Now look out. You're going to get length. You can see she's gazing out. And then exhale to melt in. Good. Now you can see Michelle's elbows are bent. The top of her head is moving in the direction of the ground. If you're super flexible and your head is already on the ground, maybe you shorten the stance of your feet. Good. Maybe it feels better for you to widen the stance of your feet. Just find your breath. Good. Sit bones high, head is low. Breath flowing freely in and out of your nose. Good. Nice job. Inhale, look out. So she's flattening her back and gazing out. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And exhale, hands out wide to a T. Letter B. Hands come back to your hips. Now you're going to see your thumbs are here on your kidneys. Good, but I'm pulling shoulders back, lifting up the chest, lifting up the heart. Good, and with the exhale, lead with your heart. Remember, our forward folds are long. You're going to lead with your heart. Good, slowly lead with the heart. And at the very end, you tuck everything in. Good, so the head starts to drop down toward the ground. And your heart starts to melt toward your thighs. You can see her elbows, Michelle's elbows are kind of squeezing together and lifting up. But the hands stay firm where they are. The breath is deep, it's in and out. Good. 2 more breaths. Remember, we're still breathing those diaphragmatic breaths, yoga breaths. This is going to allow the body to unbind. So we hold these postures a few extra breaths. Notice how it feels on the first breath, and then every single breath, we start to guide our way a little deeper in. Inhale, rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Let your head be the last thing to rise. And exhale, hands out wide to your T. Now for letter C, we clasp the hands behind ourselves. Pull the shoulder blades together, open up the heart, take an inhale. And remember, when we exhale, we're leaning forward, hinging forward. So your bum kind of moves back as your heart moves forward. Good. And then at the end, we just kind of slowly tuck everything in. Arms begin to float off the low back. Heart begins to move through the thighs. And the breath is deep and steady in and out of nose. Good. In and out of the nose. Go ahead and relax your head. Maybe your head is even touching the ground. Go ahead, just notice where you are. Beautiful. Slowly inhale, rise all the way up, gently, slowly, mindfully, and then hands come back to your T. Now here we are for letter D. Take your hands to your hips and make sure you get some inhale and length. Really feel the heart rise up. When you exhale, remember, we're going to hinge forward. Go ahead and then reach for that toe bind. This is letter D. Pasarita Padasana, letter D. Grab your toes, lift your heart, pull out. Exhale, melt in. Your head is dropping down. Your elbows are drawing out. Guiding heart through the thighs. Steady breathing in and out of nose. Good. In and out of the nose. Good. Unclench your jaw. So we're active in this pose. It's active, but there's a softness here as well. So we're just moving into that space between the hard and the soft. Good. Good. Inhale, gaze out. So we want to really find length. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up strong. And exhale, arms out wide to your T. Closing here with your hands to heart center at the top of your mat. We call it Samasthiti. Good. Placing hands all the way down. And let's take one last vinyasa. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold at the waist, melt everything in. Inhale, a half lift as you gaze out. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and chaturanga, lower down. Inhale is up dog. Good. Exhale is down dog. Hips are high, heart is melting. Heart melts to the thighs as you feel your heels kind of melt down to the ground. Take your last couple of breaths in your last downward facing dog. Good. Unclench the jaw, unbind. Go ahead, embrace the moment, embrace the breath. Nice job. Good. Nice job, Michelle. Come on to hands and knees. You're a tabletop pose. Good. We're going to just set up our wide-legged seated forward fold. So Michelle is going to take her legs and just kind of come out nice and wide. You're going to notice that her heels are going to be on the mat here. Good. So the heels are on the mat just to protect your heels, but your bum is on the mat. Now, the key to coming into all of our forward folds is this long spine. Take your hands onto the mat in front of you, lift your chin, lift your heart, and then start to walk your hands out. So you're going to kind of walk them out with this. Move your prop here. Good. So you're going to walk your hands out. Good. Now, once you can't walk your hands out anymore, just lift your chin. This is going to give you a tiny bit more space. And then exhale to fold right in. Take a moment, drop your third eye to the earth, find your steady, deep breathing in and out of the nose. Good. So we've done a lot of forward folds today. Good. Really working on detoxing, cleansing, and calming the body nervous system. Good. Yeah, so these are really calming postures close to the earth. Beautiful. Opening up. Good for you. Maybe there's a lot of intensity and it doesn't feel so calming. Just see if you can come back to the focus of the breath and then out of your nose. Good. Good. Now, without lifting up your head or your heart, just kind of walk your hands over to the right side. So you're just going to walk your hands over to the right side. Take a moment, kind of square up over the right leg, and then inhale, lift your chin. Exhale to fold in. Heart is melting over the right thigh. Good. The chin is working toward right shin. Nose might be toward the knee. And you're just squaring up. Close your eyes. Good. Come back to your focused breath in and out of your nose. In and out of your nose. Good. Let your mind's eye come back to that space. Good. Nice. Good. Without lifting up your head, we're just going to take this little yoga walk over to the left side. Once you're toward the left thigh, you're going to take a moment to kind of square up your body, open up your heart, and exhale to melt your heart in. Good. So your heart is over the thigh, your eyes are closed, but remember the breath is steady. Mind's eye continues to follow breath. In and out of nose. Good. Squaring up, softening in and out of nose. Just about 3 to 5 more breaths right here. Good. See if you can avoid any bouncing or forcing. Good. Just encouraging now the body to soften. Good. Let's take that yoga walk back to the center. Lifting up your chin when you're at the center. Get a little more space. Soften into the space. Good. Beautiful. Let your third eye drop down. 5 last breaths and your seated forward fold. And then we're going to move into a counter pose for all these forward folds today. We'll begin to move into a few of our back bends. Good. So the forward folds are the calming, kind of grounding asanas, and the back bends will energize you. Good. So you'll feel calm yet energized through the rest of your day today. Beautiful. Slowly start to walk your hands back. Good. Gently you'll bring your knees back together. Good. And you'll just come to the long end of the mat and slowly roll yourself down so that you come down onto your back. Either way. Once you're down, wrap your arms around your knees. You're going to bend the knees, draw the nose up towards your knees, round your spine, close your eyes. Good, really curling up into a nice tight ball. And then we're going to move into 3 rounds of back bends. These can be anything that feel right for you. I'm going to suggest that you start with a bridge pose, but if wheel is part of your practice and you're feeling it, you can move right into that. Just place your hands down next to your sides, root your feet down. Good, and then gently inhale to roll your spine up. Good. Good, now once you roll up, you'll clasp your hands behind you. Good, we're going to scooch the shoulder blades underneath you so you feel like your shoulders are a bit of a shelf. Good, feel that shelf. Good. Notice the weight of your body. So if you're looking at the screen, you're going to put strain on your neck. You want your nose forward, weight is on shoulders. Maybe eyes are closed. Good, hips are rising. Good, really root into both feet. Feel the 4 corners of both feet. You got it. Good, still breathing though. And then unbind your bind, gently release vertebrae by vertebrae. Good, good. Round two. You can roll right back up into your bridge pose. If you want, you can move in deeper by sliding palms underneath your heels or grab onto your ankles. Maybe you just move into the same bridge. You choose. Wherever you are, we're taking care of ourselves. So you're mindful of the sensation, mindful of the breath. Good. Hips are rising. Nice. Good. Good. Slowly exhale, roll it down. Good. Give yourself just a moment. And now it's our 3rd round. So you can move back to bridge. You can move into a wheel if you want. Looks like Michele is choosing wheel. So that would be the hands next to her ears. And then when she inhales, then she'll begin to lift up the entire front body, creating that big wheel. Palms are pushing down, toes are pushing down, heart is lifting up. Take a few breaths. Good, I'm going to suggest 5. Take a few more, a few less. Good, and when you're done, we're going to roll down mindfully. Good, gently. There it is, nice and smooth. Go ahead, take your knees now, bring them into your chest. Give yourself a big, big hug. Good, wrap your arms right there. Nose comes up toward the knees. Squeeze in. Good, rock back and forth. And then I'm just going to lower the lights here a little bit. Nice. Rolling back and forth. Good. Good. Let's release the spine with what we call happy baby. Grab onto the outside of your feet. Good. Now bend your knees and just draw the knees down. Once your knees are down, start to roll side to side, releasing side to side. Good. Just find a little bit of openness here. Turn on some music. Good. If you have music at home that you like, you can turn that on. Okay. Then come on back to center. Pull your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms right there. Nose to the knee. Squeeze in. Good. Another little rock. And then you'll fall to your first side. So maybe the right side here, a spinal twist. So we open up and release the spine. Her knees are to the right, and Michelle's taking her nose to the left. Arms can be out wide or maybe slightly bent, whatever feels right for you. Wherever you are, just close your eyes and start to check in. Check in. See if you can soften around the tense or tight areas, softening your shoulders. Let the shoulders begin to melt into the earth. Good, your shoulders are melting, heart is open. Good, and then you're gonna scan in your body. Notice where you feel the holding. Begin to breathe into those spaces, opening up, breathing deeper. In and out your nose. So mindful here, good. And as you prepare to switch sides, you'll bring the knees toward the chest. Good. You might wrap your arms right around your knees if that feels right. Maybe a little massage. Good. And then we'll just prepare to switch sides. You'll take your knees over in the other direction. Good. So maybe you started on the right side, maybe the left is all good. Now close your eyes, heart is open. See if you can start to invite some softness in toward your shoulders. Invite that softness in. Good. Good. So soft and close with the eyes, soft and focused with the mind. Good. We're going to just start to invite a more normal, natural pattern of breathing in. Good. Finding that more normal, natural pattern. Good. About 3 to 5 more breaths right where you are, softening here. Beautiful. And then bring your knees back to center. Wrap your arms back around your knees or your shins. Pull in, squeeze. Good. And then you're just going to take your legs, and we're going to extend the legs out long. Good. Feeling your legs as they come out long. Good. So your legs, they're long. Good. Eyes closed. Let's take a cleansing, healing breath right here. Big breath in through your nose. Good. Out of the mouth. Beautiful. Breath in. And let it go. Allow every muscle to become relaxed and soft. Good. Just feeling your mind's eye follow the simple inhales and exhales till it slowly glides you deeper, deeper just beneath the surface now, the surface of your body. Moving into a state of rest, of healing. We call this space Shavasana. Take rest. And then with your eyes closed, with your body relaxed, just take your mind's eye and begin to just feel the pattern of your breath. Not changing that pattern, just feeling it in and out of the nose. Good. And in this still, quiet space, the space you created today through your own efforts and through the efforts of everybody breathing here together, we observe this calm state. And in this calm state, here's where we have clarity. We can create now an intention the rest of the day as you place your mind's eye and your heart in that state of gratitude. The answers slowly start to appear. Clarity starts to rise. And then this positive intention, this healing intention for perhaps yourself, for those around us that are suffering. Maybe someone in particular that you know could use your extra love and attention and energy. You can actually send that energy there. Or you could hold it in, seeing where your energy needs to be today. Good, and with this beautiful, strong, positive intention, we begin this process of reawakening with gratitude. So each time we move now, the fingers or the toes move, we continue to breathe in gratitude and joy. Gentle, gentle movements, breathing in gratitude and joy. And every exhale, we just dissipate all that no longer serves. You don't even need to know what it is. Sometimes we just hold those things that just don't serve deep in the tissues. We can let those go. Good. Good, and then a little bit bigger movement. Anything that feels good. A little movement head, ankles, wrists, you choose. Right, and then we're going to invite a really big stretch in here. So the arms come overhead, toes will point, spine is long, breath flows in. Let it go. Good, let's slowly bring the knees toward the chest. Wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself that really well-deserved hug. And then just fall to a favorite side, your favorite side. We're going to revisit our intention now. So you'll fall to your side, you'll revisit your intention, you'll feel the earth supporting you. Just knowing that not only is the earth supporting you, but your community is supporting you as well. So we support each other by showing up, by breathing, by continuing to hold the space. Knowing that everything is temporary and everything is changing. Good. Now, use your hands to find your seat. And as you find your seat, you'll cross your legs into a way that's comfortable to you and for you. As you take your hands to the center of the heart, we'll gently bow in. Good. Maybe we'll raise the thumbs toward our third eye, this eye of wisdom. Inviting this wisdom in, sliding it down toward your lips. Good, inviting only good words out of your mouth. And then sliding it through towards your heart as you feel this openness deep within. This light within my heart so humbly and gratefully bows to yours. Namaste. Namaste. Peace out, everybody. Roxy says, hey. Thanks for joining us. Hi. Who's that?
Thanks, Julie.
Thanks for that great meditation this morning. So you guys, we are adding classes on every single day. check out our website. We've got some really great vinyasa classes. We've got, if you've never tried vinyasa, try it out. Jen's doing a core power vinyasa class on Thursday night. Ethan's doing more of a relaxation, kind of a restorative class on Friday night. And then we're just, we're just holding the space for you right here. Healthy Backs tonight. Thanks, everybody.
6 p.m.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julie.
Thanks so much, guys.
Great, peaceful day. Love you guys. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Namaste.